सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. Page 360, verse 29. न कुड्य सदृशी बुद्धिः स्वच्छत्वादिति चेत्तथा अस्तु नाम परिच्छेदे किं स्वाच्छेन भवेत्तव. Vidyaranya has entered the new topic called Abhasavada, having discussed the Sakshi or Kutastha Chidabhasa difference at internal level. Having completed that, Vidyaranya analyzing the Abhasavada, which is otherwise known as Pratibhimbavada. I told you in the last class there are different prakriyas, method of teaching, which is known as Abhasavada prakriya, Pratibhimbavada prakriya, or Avachedavada prakriya. All these prakriyas are method meant for to understand the Saguna Ishvara and Saguna Jiva and the travel of the Jiva. For that purpose, between Avachedavada and Abhasavada, the comparative study Vidyaranya doing now, from 27th verse onwards up to 68th verse, he is going to talk about that advantage of Pratibhimbavada, advantage of Abhasavada, to talk about that Saguna Ishvara, Saguna Jiva, and the Jiva's travel after death. Purapakshi said, Avachedavada is better. Why you are taking three factors? OC, RC, RM. Original consciousness, reflected consciousness, and reflecting medium. This is Gaurava Dosha. Gaurava Dosha means making use of extra factors. Making use of extra factors while talking about the prakriya or jiva, ishvara, that is Gaurava Dosha. Unnecessary usage of that extra factors is Gaurava Dosha, Purapakshi says. But Vidyaranya says, if it is necessary, that addition of extra factors, if it is necessary, it is not a Gaurava Dosha, it is permitted in the Shastra. If there is a Pramanikam, Shastra's acceptance is there, we don't consider it as Gauravam, but the Laghavam, what he is looking for, Purapakshi, is Laghavam, that means less factors. In my Avachedavada, consciousness enclosed in the medium, enough. But you, the Siddhanti, Vidyaranya, you are using original consciousness and reflecting medium and reflected consciousness. Why that presentation? For that Vidyaranya shows that addition of this reflected consciousness, Abhasa Chaitanyam, is very useful. How it is very useful, he is showing in these verses. Now, another aside point I said in the last class, that is, Abhasavada and Pratibimbavada both are one and the same, similar. Vidyaranya don't make much difference between both of them. But in advanced texts, some acharyas see the difference between even Abhasavada and Pratibimbavada. Abhasavada and Pratibimbavada, reflection and image. Abhasam means an image. Your photo is like an image. Your face in that mirror is a reflection, Pratibimbam. So between this Abhasa, image and reflection, there are acharyas make subtle differences. But Vidyaranya don't want to make that difference here in this portion. So he want to take them together. We don't want to separately discuss Pratibimbavada, Abhasavada. Therefore, now we are seeing only discussion between Avachedavada and Abhasavada. So, Abhasavada, Pratibimbavada is combined now. Abhasa or Pratibimba, both are one and the same for Vidyaranya now at present time. So, what is the discussion, comparison, comparative study between Avachedavada and Abhasavada? Vidyaranya stand on this point, Abhasavada is advantageous than Avachedavada. So, Avachedavada is not advantageous. How it is not having any advantage, he is going to explain in the slokas. Now, for our understanding's sake, what do you mean by Abhasa? All these Pratibimba we can understand some extent. Reflection, reflected face, reflected sun in the waters, reflected sun in the mirror. But Abhasa means nothing but an image. Looks like same. I give some examples. What are all Abhasam? In Tamil also they use the word Abhasam. Abhasama irukkenna. And the meaning illa inge. Abhasam, that word, forget about it. Now our Abhasa means here, for example, many examples are available. Near, you go to beach, there are statues. Gandhi statue, Kannagi statue, so many statues are there. They are all called Abhasam, just image of that person. Looks like that. Similarly, if you go to nowadays, what are all creepers are available, all types of creepers, their images are available in the market. That's why people, ladies especially, buy those creepers and hang in their house inside. Money plant, same money plant like. It will not grow. Appadiye irukum. So money plant. And some leaves are the texture is very, very fine texture. Now that texture also coming. Previously the leaves were thick. Now the texture of that leaves, exactly what is its texture, they are making in the market. Leaves and creepers, the plants, exactly they are like that. And these people keep in the water and pot, mud pot, they keep just like that. And you wonder whether it is real or not. You touch it and like this. Even you touch also you cannot know. You have to ask those people. Then they are very happy. See, you are not able to know. And you touch also, they are very smooth. Very smooth. Go to flowers also. All flowers, images are available, Abhasam. They look like same. The dancers are all wearing Kanakambaram, Malli and all. It looks like real flowers. If they wear real flowers, at the time of makeup itself, they become fade up. That's why they wear all plastic flowers. Abhasama India. But the audience who are all looking at them, so nice Kanakambaram. Kanakambaram is not there. Malli is not there, but it looks real. Now go to fruits. All fruits, they are manufacturing with wax. And they are keeping those fruits on the dining table. I saw in many houses, all plastic bananas, plastic grapes, plastic vegetables, carrot, milaga, periya, all types of vegetables. And Dasara is going to come. What do they keep? All images only they keep. It looks pavakkai, correcta pavakkai madri irukum. All vegetables, what not? Every vegetable, every flower, every fruit, all our photos are also images only. So they are all called abhasa. Pratibimba means reflection. Your reflected face in the mirror, sun reflection in the waters, sun reflection in the mirror, all comes under pratibimba. Originally is called bimba, its reflection is called pratibimba, its image is called abhasa. So abhasa or pratibimba is necessary, an additional factor. If it is useful, we can make use of it. The Purva Pakshi said, what? The kudya adi sadrishi buddhihi. In the previous sloka, 28, he said, avachedavada is better. For that he gave an example. In pot, there is avacheda. Avacheda chaitanya, avachinna chaitanya. Consciousness enclosed in the pot. Consciousness enclosed in the pot means what? Chaitanyam. Sat is enclosed in the pot. Sat alone is chit. Therefore enclosed in the pot. Purva Pakshi's argument is this. Avachinna chaitanyam. In the Mantakaranam also avachinna chaitanyam. Everywhere avachinna chaitanyam, enclosed consciousness is sufficient. For that, Acharya questioning, if you say so, kudyam, on the wall also there is sat and chit is there. In the pot also there is sat and chit is there. Kudyadi sadrishi buddhihi. In that buddhi also there is sat and chit. Because sat chit is all pervading. So it is in the pot also, it is on the wall also, it is in the buddhi also. What is the difference? Vidyaranya asked. What is the difference between jiva and that chaitanyam which is reflecting or which is an image appearing in the pot and wall? What is the difference? For that he answered, Kudya sadrishi buddhihi na. Buddhihi kudya sadrishi na. That means wall is not like intellect. Buddhi, antakaranam. Buddhi means antakaranam. In our antakaranam, chaitanyam is reflecting in the form of abhasam, reflected consciousness. There also, since it is all pervading in the kudyam and ghatam also it is there. Then what is the difference when we ask? The Purva Pakshi says, that is unrefined matter, this is refined matter. That is his answer. Buddhihi kudya sadrishi na. Our antakaranam is not like kudyam. Kudyam means wall. Wall is made out of gross matter. Our buddhi is made out of refined matter or subtle matter. Therefore, there is a difference. What is the difference? Wall or pot, they are made out of gross matter. Whereas buddhi is made out of subtle matter, refined matter, fine matter. Swachhatvat, because our antakaranam is swachham. Swachham. Swachham means what? It is very clear. Very, very clear. Swachhatvat iti. If it is your answer. If it is your answer, avachinna chaitanyam is available. Avachinna chaitanyam is available in antakaranam. He said, Purva Pakshi. It is available everywhere. Vidyaranya asked, it is available everywhere. Avachinna chaitanyam in the Pot also, ghata, kudyam also, what is the difference? For that, what is Purvapakshi's answer again? That Avachedavadi says that kudyam and wall, gross matter, buddhi is a refined matter. That is the difference. This is your answer? Okay. If that is your answer, tatha, then chet tatha astu nama. So what? Let it be refined matter, let it be gross matter. So what? So what? Full stop. You have to put full stop there. Astu nama. Parichede swachena tava parichede kim bhavet. Now Vidyaranya asking the Purvapakshi. Swachena. Because of that refinement, antakaranam, very refined matter you are telling. Refined matter. See, when you put tiles in the house, they come and do polish. Once all work is over, then only they come and do polish. Especially in the kitchen room, the granite they put on the kitchen, that stone, nice stone they put. On that, everything reflects, even your face reflects there. Because it is not like all stones, it is refined. Many times the mission goes and make it refined. Same granite stone. Because of polish. That is called swacham. Have you seen moonlight in kitchen, especially the moonlight fall on the stone? How many of your houses you are seeing, I do not know. I see every Paurnami day that moon on that stone, polished stone, black stone, that too. Refined black polished stone, just moon is sitting there. Image of the moon. Why it is like that? Not everywhere now. It is not reflecting on the rough surface, cement surface, but it reflects only on the polished stone. That itself shows the refinement alone. After refinement alone, it is capable of reflecting the original. That is why swachena, by refined matter, antakaranam, parichede means with regard to enclosure. Paricheda means that which encloses. This is called enclosure. Antakaranam. Swachena parichede, by refined enclosure, what you are going to achieve? Tava kim? What you are going to be benefited by that? Subtle antakaranam is refined. A pot and the ball are not refined, they are gross matter. Even though avachinna chaitanyam is there in the pot, avachinna chaitanyam is there in the mind. The difference is there, it is refined, it is not refined. That is the answer. Out of that, what we are going to get benefit? Then next shloka, Vidyaranya continues further. The reflection, Vidyaranya is going to say, gives one example, best example, fine example. That example is, he is talking about the enclosure. It is unrefined enclosure. This is antakaranam, is our antakaranam, mind is refined enclosure. That refined enclosure is important. It is unrefined enclosure. Even though Chaitanyam is avachinnam in both of them, but it is unrefined, it is refined. So what? Vidyaranya gives one example. What is that example? The market, those who are selling dhanyam, the grains, those who are selling the grains, they measure that grains, in Tamil also, padi, alak, that is called measure. Measuring instrument, a vessel to measure. In Telugu, they have different names. In every language, they have their names for measurements. If you want to grains, if you want to measure, whether you measure them either in silver measurement or in plastic measurement, what is the difference? Sometimes the measuring vessel It is made out of either bronze metal or copper metal, or it is made out of wood. Some with wood they can measure. Are you interested in the measuring that vessel material? If it is gold, if it is wood, what this seller is going to be benefited by that? He is not going to gain or lose anything by that measuring enclosure's material. Whether it is made out of wood, or whether it is made out of gold, or whether it is made out of plastic, what is there? He is interested in what? The volume inside the vessel, how much. Evala kollaradu solluvaanga Tamil. Evala kollaradu, liters of milk, kilos of grains, like that you see inside volume. Inside volume. What do you mean by measure? The definition of measure is what? The definition is what? The enclosed space inside the vessel. That alone is calculated, not the outside measuring vessel, whether it is made out of costliest gold or cheapest plastic, doesn't matter. Some people drink payasam with gold tumbler, but some people drink payasam with plastic cup. So what? Same payasam. Like that they do. Inside, sometimes they invite Swamijis and Swaminis. They give silver tumbler payasam. And they call many guests also. 20, 30 people they invite. Suppose they, all 20, 30 silver cups they cannot give. The same payasam they put in what? Either plastic or paper cups. Same payasam. So what? Whether the Swamiji or Swamini drinks payasam in silver cup or in plastic cup, so what? Are you interested in payasam or cup? Again they take that cup, silver glass, and this plastic cup they crush and throw in the dustbin. So what? Vidyaranya is asking. What Purvapakshi said? It is unrefined, mind is refined. The enclosure medium, one is refined, another is unrefined. இது எப்படி இருக்குன்னா அப்படி இருக்குன்னு எக்ஸாம்பிள் சொல்றாரு. என்ன ஃபன்னி எக்ஸாம்பிள் பாருங்க, அப்படி ஞாபகம் வருது. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி சொல்லிட்டேன் ஹோல் ஸ்லோகா, அதர்வைஸ் யூ வில் கெட் கன்ஃபியூஷன் ஹியர். That is what example he is giving. What medium, enclosure is not the question. The inside, the vikretuhu, the seller of that grains, how much it is holding, either milk or liquid liters, how many liters it is holding, how many kilos, grams it is holding, inside space is important, not outside patram. Now look into the sloka, we will read 30th sloka. Prasthena darujanyena kasyajanyena vanahi vikretustanduladinam parimanam visishyate. Vikretuhu tanduladinam. Vikretuhu means the seller of that commodities, whatever he is selling, either liquid or grains or fruits or vegetables, whatever he is selling. Vikretuhu, the seller of what? Here Acharya takes one example, tanduladinam, rice, etc. Any grain, tandula means rice. Adipadat, any grain, whatever you like, you make use of that. Tanduladinam. Parimanam means that measuring vessel. Parimanam. Prasthena means it is the name of that measuring vessel. Alaku padi madri. In Sanskrit, prasthena. With that, in Telugu we have different names. Gidda, Manika, Sola, Chinna vayasula idella per adella veetla permanent panni vechupom. When the grains used to come, we have to measure and pour. Every time, how can we depend upon outside people? They make it with metal, iron metal, and they keep at home. Even milkman also has to measure the milk with our measurement only. We don't allow other people. So in every house, they used to have that. Yes? They are called prastham. Prasthena, that measuring vessel. Whether it is made out of darujanyena, whether it is born out of daru wood, it is made out of wood. Or kansya janyena. Kansya means either copper or bronze metal. Kamsya patakam అని சொல்றோம் இல்லையோ. Third prize எப்பவுமே காம்ஸ்ய பதக்கம். First prize silver gold medal, second prize silver medal, third prize bronze medal. That is called kamsya patakam. Kamsya means bronze or copper. Kamsya janyena va nahi. Nahi visishyate. It is not going to differ. It does not undergo any change. The measuring amount of the volume inside, how much it holds, the vessel, it won't change whether it is a silver vessel or gold vessel or wooden vessel. Inside the volume, how much it can hold, that is always the same. Because of that, vikretuhu, the seller is not going to gain anything or lose anything. Is it not? So, his gain or loss is only inside the how much you are pouring. That much is the counting, not outside vessel. That is why in many people house, எதில் சாப்பிட்டா என்ன, இதுக்கு வெள்ளி தட்டை என்ன, நார்மல் போதும் என்ன, எதில் சாப்பிட்டா உள்ள போகும், அவ்வளோதான். Enough. Many people are using simple things only they use. So what? Vikretuhu tanduladinam parimanam prasthena darujanyena kasyajanyena va nahi visishyate. It is not going to make any difference. It does not undergo any, the measure does not undergo any change. Because of that inside volume is only the criteria, not external vessel measuring instrument, measuring measure. Then Purapakshi is coming. No, there is some Vishesham. Some extraordinary benefit is there because of shining one. Kamsyam is a shining one. The bronze, how many of you are having bronze vessels in your house? I do not know. Nowadays you won't find bronze. நம்ம பாட்டி தாத்தா காலம்ல தான் bronze எல்லாம் vessels இருக்கும். இந்த செம்பு பாத்திரம் எல்லாம் bronzeல இருக்கும். If you wash them, so shining, பளபளா இருக்குமா, பளபளா இருக்கும். So shining it is. That's what Purapakshi is telling. Why not? There is a lot of change, he says. What is that difference? One is shining, another is not shining. Next shloka, Puravapakshi's answer. These are all examples. Nanna irkom. When you come to the Ashtanta, the Ashtanta, Antakaranam, Jivatma, reflected consciousness, original consciousness, you raise your eyebrows. Appa. இதெல்லாம் நமக்கு தெரிஞ்ச விஷயம்தான். Examples are all very simple. That is why I told you, the method of teaching is known to unknown. Now we understand what is known to unknown. தெரிஞ்சன விஷயத்திலிருந்து தெரியாத விஷயத்துக்கு போகணும். தெரியாத விஷயம் சொல்லணும், புரிய வைக்கணும். Therefore, he is using all these measurements, how much it, what is made out of it is, its material, is it a wood material or silver material or bronze material. These are all very familiar to us. With known examples, he is going to take to the Ashtanta, which is the toughest task. So he is trying to teach So see the greatness of the teacher. What are all examples are so familiar in the society, used by the people. He make use of that, and he is going to teach the lesson which people cannot easily know that he is going to teach. Now we'll read this sloka 31. Parimana visheshepi pratibimbo visishyate kamsye yadi tada buddhau apyabhaso bhavet balat. Up to 68th sloka we are going to see this abhasa prakriya. This is an advanced teaching, actually, very, very advanced. Even though it is very simple, the reflected consciousness, image and all, very simple. Examples are simple, but when you come to the Ashtanta, the original application, it requires a lot of analysis. That's what Vidyaranya trying to drive us all to that truth by saying, now Purvapakshi says, Parimanaha visheshaha api pratibimbo visishyate kanse. There is a difference between that parimanam. Parimanam means a measuring vessel. We don't use vessel, measure, we say that's all. It is a measure. Measuring rod, measuring vessel. Its name is called measure. Measure means parimanam. Parimanam. அது எவ்வளவு பரிமாணம் இருக்கு அனி நமக்கு காமிக்கிறதுக்கு பேர் பரிமாணம், மெஷர்மெண்ட். இந்த பரிமாணம் விசேஷः अपि प्रतिबिम्बो विशिष्यते कांसे. प्रतिबिम्बः विशिष्यते. Extra, in wooden measure there is no possibility of reflection. Wooden measure, if you pour rice, there is no possibility of reflection. Suppose you put in a bronze measure, put rice or anything, whatever you want, put, but it reflects. The dhanyam reflects. The pratibimbam visishyate. இதுல ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் கிடையாது, அதுல ரிஃப்ளெக்ஷன் இருக்கும். அதுதானே நான் சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேன்னு சொல்ல போறார் அவர். So he is coming to that only finally. In wooden measure, you don't find any reflection. Or in plastic measure, you don't find any reflection. But in gold, silver or any metal, see, new metal, I don't want to say your house bronze metal, because you have not at all cleaned properly, it won't reflect. You go to the shop, you go to the vessel shop, Sharavana or Ratna stores, you can see your face everywhere. All vessels, your face is visible. But you see in your house பாத்திரம் வந்து தேஞ்சு 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 போயிருக்கும், no shining, you won't find any reflection on that. But you might have gone to that vessel, பாத்திரம் கடை, அந்த பாத்திர கடைக்கு போயிட்டு எத்தனை reflection, they all know so much shining, new பாத்திரம் இல்லையா, therefore they are all shining. Therefore that shining is there in that measurement, but in wooden, no, there is no shining. That is why that is superior, Purvapakshi says. Who is our Purvapakshi? Pakshi. Not a Pakshi, not a bird. Purvapakshi an opponist, opposition party. Avachedavadi. Chit is avachinna chaitanyam. Also, there is a difference between kudyam and antakaranam, Buddha, he said. So what? Then Acharya asked, so what, outside medium எப்படி இருந்தா என்ன, புத்தி ரிஃபைண்டா இருக்கட்டும், பாட் அன்ரிஃபைண்டா இருக்கட்டும், என்னன்னா, no, in that chaitanyam reflects. What? Dhanyam reflects in a fine metal, polished metal, but dhanyam cannot reflect in that measure which is made out of wood. Like that, here also, the reflection forms, consciousness reflection is formed. In that kudyam, consciousness reflection is not formed. That's what he says here, Kansi. After that, full stop. Purvapakshi's answer. Then Acharya says, Vidyaranya, Yadi tada, then, if it is so, one measure instrument is shining, another is not shining. Because of the shining is the reflection of that grains or that content. Inside content can reflect. Here it cannot reflect. That is your answer? If it is your answer, that is that answer, then tada buddhau api abhasaha balat bhavet. Buddhau in antahkaranam, in refined antahkaranam, abhasaha reflection, balat forcefully, without choice. Without choice. Balat means forcefully, by your own explanation. As you said before, O Purvapakshi, balat, by your own explanation, the refined measure reflects the dhanyam or liquid, whatever you pour. Similarly, here also, the Chaitanyam reflects in the buddhi. That is why I vote for Abhasa Chaitanyam. Abhasa Chaitanyam reflects because it is refined. Buddhi is refined or Antakaranam is refined. Balat, forcefully, means by the force of the same argument given by you. Without choice, you have no choice, you cannot escape. Without choice, by your own argument, by the force of the same argument given by you, Vidyaranya says to Avachedavadi, by the same argument, by the force of the same argument given by you in that example, Darujanyena Kamsena means it is shining one, it is not shining one, you have given. You said one is refined, one is not refined. By your own example, Abhasaha Bhavet. Abhasa, reflection will take place. Abhasa will take place. Further, before explaining this, why we are going for this Abhasa? In Gandhi statue also there is a Chit Avachinna Chaitanya. In Kandagi statue also, oh, so tall, standing there. But Kaka is sitting and the crow drops are falling on the statue. Why can't Gandhi Tata take the stick and he can push away that Kaka? But he is not doing that. That Gandhi Tata, when rain is coming, why can't he walk to that somewhere, some shelter? He is standing there itself. Or why can't he sit for some time? My legs are paining, let me sit some time. If Avachinna Chaitanyam is sufficient, Angyu irka Avachinna Chaitanyam, he can sit happily. Now in London, you know, that wax models, they do just like that. Amitabh Bachchan, Rajinikanth, all actors who are all prominent people, the Prime Ministers, Narendra Modi's wax, all they go and stand next to them. You have to find out which one is original. I told you one story that one sculptor is so proud of his sculpture capacity, skill. No one can recognize what is original, what is duplicate, what is image. Nobody can find out. So like that he did once his own image. And he made 10 images. And he also stood next to that as 11th image. And the Raja has to come and find out which one is real. Just he want to show his greatness. Just replica. Then that Raja, like Birbal, intelligent minister. This is Sankatam for Raja. He has to give a lot of money to that sculptor. The Birbal, just like Birbal, some intelligent person came and looked at all of them. What a great thing. This sculpture is so great. All are very, very, very similar. All of them are similar. No difference. And he said, but this is not having this, some mistakes he is finding. Some mistakes, some differences he is finding. Even though they are similar, looking same, great he is praising, some defect he found out. When he tells, and the original person who is standing next to the statue, how can you say so now? How can you say so? There is a mistake. If தெரிஞ்சதா யாரு who is really, who is original, who is not original தெரிஞ்சு போச்சு. இதுக்கு அகங்காரம் இருக்கப்பா, அதுக்கு அகங்காரம் கிடையாது. Therefore there is a difference. That is why Gandhi, Mahatma standing there and seeing, looking at the Tamil Nadu politics, பாவம் நகரவே மாட்டாரு, அப்படி இருக்காரு. If he is having life in that, he would have walked into the assembly. But he is not walking at all. Like that, so many examples you can say. In your car, there is Avachinna Chaitanya, it can walk off. It can go somewhere. Your scooter also can go away. Everywhere Avachinna Chaitanyam is there, your chair also can move slowly. In Avachinna Chaitanya, there is Chaitanya, but desk also can move, everything can move. There is a problem. Therefore, even though Avachinna Chaitanyam is there, but Pratibimba Chaitanyam alone makes that sentient, bright, that consciousness. So, Avachinna Chaitanyam vida enna venum manakku Pratibimba Chaitanyam venum. That alone gives that sentiency to that duplicate. That is going to come in the next shloka now. How is it the difference between abhasam and original? Bimba and pratibimba difference he is going to show. Now he has established here pratibimba chaitanyam is more advantageous to talk about Saguna Jiva, Saguna Ishvara, and Jiva's travel. Having established that through the examples, Avachinna Chaitanyam, everywhere it is there, but it is not much useful for our teaching purpose. Therefore, Pratibimba Chaitanyam is advantageous. Now he is going to say there are some similarities, there are some differences between the original and reflection. What are they? Now we'll see that 32 verse, page 361. Ishadbhasanamabhasaha Pratibimbastadha vidhaha Bimbalakshana san Bimbavad bhasate sahi. Abhasaha ishad bhasanam. Abhasaha means the reflection. Ishad bhasanam. Ishat means partially. It takes the partial features of the original. Ishad bhasanam. Abhasa resembles. Ishad bhasana means resemblance. Partial resemblance of the original. Your reflected face in the mirror and your original face on your shoulders, there is a difference. Even though there are a lot of similarities in the reflected face, but it is not original face. Totally it is not original face. There are differences. It takes partial features and there are common features. Vaidharma and sadharmyam. Always in reflection or abhasa or image, your photo also. That is why when you copy your photos in computer, it show what? Image. You are not typed image. It writes itself. Computer lo image ani kamikam. Have you seen that? Those who are using computer, they see that. Image. Image means resemblance, partial resemblance. Photo. Photo is having partial resemblance of original face. So what? Ishat means partially, similar. Abhasaha. Pratibimbaha tatha vidhaha. Pratibimba, the reflected face, is tatha vidhaha, means just like original. Tatha vidhaha. It is capable of forming reflection. A mirror is capable of forming reflection. Surface, fine surface is capable of forming reflection. Innor best example in wherever nice refined object available, we want to look at our face. Edam kadicha bodum. Ippudu paathukom. Any refined thing, this and that, anywhere, any wall, any stone or any patram, any kada, vessel, patra kadai, enge ponal, and adjust your hair also, and dress also. Irukra kannadi pohadu, veetla paathnadu pattala, ange poi paakano. So that everyone loves to see their image. They know it is not similar. At the same time, there are differences. If it is totally different, we never see. We never look into that. Is it not? If it is totally different, we don't want to look into that. I don't want. But it should be similar. Suppose it is same. If it is original, it is looks same like original. It is also known as original. You cannot call it as abhasa. That way all your old photos you see. Old photos. Pulse, ella fade out. That's a partial features are available there. Therefore, he says, Pratibimbaha tatha vidhaha. Pratibimba also forms like that only. Ishad bhasanam abhasaha. Even though bimba lakshana heenaha san, even though that image or that abhasa or that reflected face are reflecting anything whatever is reflecting, even sun reflection, even though it doesn't have total features of bimba lakshana hinaha, bimba means original, even though it doesn't have original, lakshana means features of that original, hinaha sun, even though it doesn't have means who? This pratibimba, this abhasa, this image, even though it doesn't have that features of that original exactly, bimba lakshana hinaha san. Hinaha means without, lacking, absence. Bimba, the original, lakshana, feature. இப்படி எல்லாம் சொல்லிட்டு போனா கிராமர் கிளாஸ் ஆயிடும், சான்ஸ்கிரிட் கிளாஸ். பிம்ப லக்ஷண ஹீனஹா சன்னு. Sun what? Then bimbavatu bhasate saha. Saha pratibimbaha. Saha abhasaha. That reflecting face or reflecting sun or reflection. Bimbavat abhasate. It looks like bimba. It looks like bimba. Original face. It looks like a original face or original object. Abhasate saha. Saha abhasaha. Saha pratibimbaha. Original vat abhasate. It appears like original. It looks like original. It seems to be original. So RC is equal to abhasaha. Abhasaha is equal to pratibimba. That pratibimba appears same like, that is why we love to see our face in the mirror. Even though it cannot take all features of original face, and your original face from this cheek to this cheek you take, nose comes obstruction. Nose, the hand comes up and goes like this. Is it not? You do the same thing in the mirror. Yesterday, one student asking some question, That student is not in this class, okay. About the same abhasa, somehow that topic came, and I gave this example only. You touch your face, the nose is obstructing the hand movement. Straight away it is not coming. Adhe kai poi kannadi mele padi vechidungo. Nose is not obstructing. You can move smoothly. You can swiping. You cannot swipe here. It goes somewhere. That is the difference. Now he told partially they are similar. It cannot take full characteristics, features of the original. Now what are the differences between abhasa and original, bimba? Now Acharya is going to show that in 33rd sloka, next page. Sasangatva vikarabhyam bimbalakshanahinatam spurtirupatvametasya bimbabadbhasanam viduhu. Viduhu, may you know. But in reflection, there are two features. One is sasangatvam and vikaratvam. Vikara, modification, change. As the medium changes, the reflection change. It is available only when the medium is there. Abhasa is available, reflection is available only when medium is available. Reflected face is available only reflecting medium is available. Correct? But original face is available without medium also, without mirror also. Correct or not? So, the reflection is always associated with the medium. Reflection is always associated with the medium. Without a medium association, reflection doesn't exist, doesn't form first of all. Where is the question of existing? It doesn't form. Whereas the original, there is no such necessity of medium. Without mirror also, original face is there or not? Thank God, original face is there. Without mirror also. But your face reflection require mirror. Similarly, vikaratvam, change. As long as reflecting medium is there, it will be there, reflection. Once you remove that, or different mirrors, different shape, your mirror reflecting face also changes. It has got a vikara. If you put a lot of dirt on the mirror, your reflected face appears dirty. That vikara is because of medium. But in original face, there is no vikara. There is no change. More in the next class. Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om.